Hey everyone. So this morning, DreamWorks Universal dropped a teaser trailer, literally a year and a half, almost 2 years basically, before the film comes out. But basically, it was one of those teaser trailers that shows you what the animation is going to look like, what the characters are going to look like, and mostly to announce not only the release date, but also let you know who is in the cast. And as you can tell, and I'm pretty sure you're aware of this, it was for Shrek 5. And as you'll see in this video, if you're watching on YouTube, basically I own a majority of the Shrek movies. Well, not a majority, I own most well, not most, but all of the original Shrek movies, all four Shrek movies that came before this. I even own Puss in Boots as well. I think I got to get the other film in the collection down the line, but I own that as well. But yeah, they dropped this teaser trailer today to announce the cast, to kind of confirm what pretty much we already knew, what was already confirmed by the actors and actresses, and what was rumored to potentially be confirmed and is. And of course, it was revealed that yes, Mike Myers is coming back as Shrek, Eddie Murphy as Donkey, Cameron Diaz as Fiona, and Zendaya. Rumor was that Zendaya was going to join, and she had put a little tweet out and everything, saying that she had been watching the Shrek movies since childhood, watching them over and over. And the official Shrek Twitter, aka X page, retweeted that. They retweeted that and everything, quoted it. They quoted and retweeted that. And today in the trailer, it is confirmed that Zendaya is going to be voicing a character in Shrek 5. And the character she's going to be voicing is Felicia. Excuse me. She's going to be voicing Felicia. You remember the trio of babies, the triplets? Well, she was the one with the little ponytail and the pink and all that. And she had blue eyes. So apparently, I don't know if they got to color correct that for the movie. Because in the trailer, in this cast teaser trailer, in this cast teaser trailer, her eyes were brown, just like her dad, just like her mom. Well, I think Fiona had blue eyes at one point too. I got to go back and watch the movies. But yeah, I think Fiona had the blue eyes, but her dad had brown eyes and everything, and she had blue eyes. So I'm guessing I'm guessing that as she gets older, because this does happen in real life, sometimes your eye coloring does change a little bit. Like you think it's one color, then it kind of changes to something else. Like, it kind of becomes like a haze or whatever it is. I think it looks like it's going to be like brown or something like that, or green, and then it turns out to be like a turquoise color or a hayish color or something like that. Well, we can probably think, if they don't course correct it, because they got a year to do that with the animation, we can assume that, if they don't, like I say, course correct that basically her eyes went from blue to brown as she got older. And Felicia, she was, like I said, one of the triplets in the original film, in the original last two movies, if you will. And basically she is aged up to about 16, 17, 18 maybe, and she will be voiced by Zendaya. Now, we do know that she has two brothers. The question is, who will voice them? We don't know yet. We don't know if maybe the brothers will be in it. Maybe the brothers have grown up and they're going to, be off on their own. Sometimes if you can't, get people to voice characters, like let's say Felicia's brothers, that, you're just going to write them off with some kind of, I guess you can say, in-story reasoning as to why they're not there. Maybe we find out they went to college, the far, far away equivalent of, let's say, Notre Dame or Harvard or Yale or whatever. They've gone off to, get the education. Maybe we find out that happened. We don't know yet. But yeah, they just wanted to focus though on confirming that pretty much the original cast is coming back. Most of the original cast is coming back, the main players, and that the additional main player, the new starting player that's coming in to join along with them, and obviously play a major part in this, is Zendaya as Felicia. Now, a lot of people are wondering exactly what the story is going to be. There have been rumors and speculations. I mean, this has even been confirmed by some people, or at least discussed by some people in in the industry that that have worked on the Shrek movies, that are currently working on the fifth Shrek movie. And even Chris at 3C Films brought this up when he talked about the teaser trailer today. Basically, this is being rumored. Shrek 5 is being rumored to be a multiverse movie. Now you might ask yourself, well, wait a minute, wasn't Shrek 4, Forever After, wasn't that a multiverse movie? Kind of, in a way, but that was more of a Wonderful Life kind of like scenario. Basically, Shrek had gotten to a point that he was getting so frustrated, he just wanted to get back to simpler times. And I think Rumpelstiltskin, I think that's the villain in it, basically granted his wish, and he gave him, the opportunity to live in a world now to where basically he wasn't married, he didn't have kids, Donkey and Puss didn't know him. He was just free to be himself. But then he realizes that he did enjoy that life, and he was just angry, and he just let his frustrations get the best of him, and he wanted things back to the way they were. He wanted to get things back to normal, and he did. So you could say, in a way, that we did kind of have that previously, but Forever After was more, like I said, a Wonderful Life-like scenario. That's basically what it was. It was an alternate what-if scenario for Shrek himself. So when we get to this movie and the potential of it being multiverse, I could see the potential in that. I could see the potential to where, if it's a multiverse story, they could reverse, like in some cases in a multiverse story, you can have roles reversed, right? So instead of, like, let's say Shrek finding Fiona in that castle, like in the first film, we could see, the roles reversed in an alternate reality, in a multiverse reality, where instead of it's Shrek finding Fiona, it's Fiona finding Shrek, or something like that. So it's going to be really interesting to see what they do here going forward. It's going to be really interesting. Now, we don't know if they'll bring back Justin Timberlake's character. We'll find out. We still got about a year and a half. Or not a year and a half, but we got a little under 2 years. I should say a little under 2 years before the movie comes out, because it is February 27th. It's scheduled for Christmas 2026. Might get moved up, might get moved back. Hopefully, maybe moved up to make it a lot sooner, because originally it was supposed to be in the summer, but technical situations, production situations pushed it to holiday season 2026. So as of right now, we got about a little under 2 years. I would say a year and 300. Let's see, not a year, but a year. We have a year because we know 365 days are in a year, or 366 days are in a year. So we have a little under, basically, from now to then. So now to then, because people, believe it or not, people are counting down to Christmas already with some of the Facebook Christmas groups, and basically people are saying, oh, we got like 40 weeks now, 42 weeks. So they're counting down. They're literally taking 10 weeks off. So if you look at it, it's like, if you go by that, it's about what, like 10 weeks it's been. So 342 days, 10 weeks it's been. So out of 352 days, you got now 342 days, or whatever the case may be. So if you take that and then you combine it with the other 365 days that are coming up, you're looking at 1 year and I would say 700 days. We'll put it this way: a little over 700 days before the film comes out. So they got plenty of time to bring in to announce other characters that might be part of this, and the voice actors and actresses. Again, don't know about Justin Timberlake, whether or not he'll be brought in to voice the prince, who's now the king, and everything. Because if there's one question I think that was left unanswered, is Justin Timberlake's character at the end of the third movie. I got to go back and watch the fourth film, because I don't know if they gave a resolution to this. But in the third film, he became king. Now, again, I don't know if they gave a resolution to this in the fourth film because of what it was focused on. But if not, I could see a storyline, in the fifth film to where you could have Justin's character, who's now king, believe it or not, fall in love with Zendaya's Felicia character. Now, you might say that's kind of weird, kind of strange. But again, you got to remember, in the second film, basically, even though the parents were reluctant, mostly the father grew to understand and respect and even love Shrek as a son-in-law. Seeing that he was real and not someone that was, being something he's not, or pretending to be something he's not, or just wanted power and everything. So he learned to appreciate that and respect that before he passed on. And the queen, was more accepting of Shrek either way. She was more like, that's Fiona's choice. That's Fiona's choice. Let her have it. This is her life. Let her have it. So I could see something like that. I could see something like that kind of repeating itself a little bit or being utilized in the fifth film, to where Felicia and the young king played by Justin Timberlake, maybe they fall in love with each other. Maybe something happens where they fall in love with each other, and maybe they get married and Felicia becomes queen. We don't know. There are a lot of possibilities, a lot of ideas to speculate as to how that would come about in the fifth film. Because again, there is rumor that it's going to be a multiverse film, and how it's a multiverse film, how that ties in with Zendaya, playing Felicia, and all that, and her brothers and everything. That's something that hopefully we'll get more clarification of going forward. But I'm looking forward to this. I went and saw the first and second, and I think I actually just went to go see the first and second Shrek films. I saw the third and the fourth films when they came on to home media, but I saw the first two in theaters, and I enjoyed them. I really enjoyed them. I saw Shrek the Halls. I love that special. That was a really good special. Obviously my family likes Shrek, so I'm looking forward to this in 2026. I really am. The only question is, what is the story going to be about if it involves multiverse? Is it going to be something to where, we'll go into alternate realities? The family goes into alternate realities and sees the roles reversed, or what ifs and all that. I mean, we have Lord Farquaad coming back, who was voiced by John Lithgow, and we don't know, how he's coming back. Last time we saw him, he was killed at the end of the first film, basically eaten by dragon. She literally ate him and everything. And, the last time we saw him was in the little American Idol parody they did with him just playing an instrument while digesting or stuck in Dragon's stomach. And then he shows up as a ghost in the Shrek ride at Universal theme parks. So we don't know. We don't know what he's going to play when it comes to this potential multiverse story. Again, it could be an alternate reality where, it could be an alternate reality where, in this case, he's won. He's succeeded. He's the king and all that. And Fiona's his bride. Maybe that happens. Or maybe, it's different. Maybe in one reality, he's the complete opposite of what he was in the first film. He is, a good guy. He is for what's right and everything. And again, roles are reversed. We don't know. We don't know what the possibility is going to be with his character in this film going forward. And again, when it comes to Zendaya, her coming in, being Shrek's daughter, Felicia, like I said, her role is going to be interesting. Will she, be the reason we go the multiverse route? Will she fall for the king character, the young prince character that was played by Justin Timberlake in the third film? We don't know right now. All we can do is theorize and speculate as to what that next step is going to be. What direction they're going to take the story for the fifth film going forward. I can tell you this honestly. In this video, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see that I own, like I said earlier, most of the, I think I said earlier, not most, but the entire original Shrek movie series. I own, and what's crazy is I own Forever After, because I got that off a a Black Friday deal at my former job at Walmart. So I got that. And then I got the box set. I got the box set of all the movies up to that point that say the whole story. Well, honestly, if I'm DreamWorks and I'm Universal, I might want to re-release that, you know, when the movie comes out, or as we get closer to the movie. I might want to re-release that in a 4K set, and say, you know, and, you know, basically if you want to, you know, make a play on, you know, the whole Shrek environment, just say Shrek, the whole story, and then in quotations or in parentheses you could say, or so we thought, you know, or something like that. I think that would work, or, you know, to, you know, get people to maybe buy other copies, because people do that. People do buy multiple copies of movies and, you know, complete sets and all that, or what they think is complete sets, because, you know, they like to have backups here and there. And to me, I think Universal is going to have to do that. The sooner we get closer to the release of the film, where they're going to have to re-release it on 4K, and they're going to say Shrek, the whole story, and then in parentheses say, or so we thought, you know, so, you know, something like that. I think would, you know, work to help promote the film, you know, as we get closer to its release. But again, I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait to see what they bring to the table with this film. And let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Comment down below, like the video, ring the bell for notifications, subscribe to the channel. You know, let me know what you think about the film. What are you looking forward to the most? Do you think any of the things I mentioned, storyline, plot-wise, could come to be? Let me know. Love to hear your take on what you think is going to happen. And until next time, guys, click on the links in the description. You can find me at all your favorite audio and video podcast affiliates like iTunes, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify, Audible from Amazon, Radio Public, Overcast. Anywhere there's a podcast, you will probably find mine there. Also, check me out at VENMO and Cash App to help support me there, and at Patreon at BW Roses. You can also find me at rumble.com at BW Roses, vmo.com at BW Roses, twitch.tv as well at BW Roses. You can also find me at odyssey.com at bwroses.5. You can also find me at my Teespring store for merchandise you can't get anywhere else. Also, guys, you can follow me on Twitter, aka X at BW Roses, Blue Sky at BW Roses, and on TikTok. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are. What are you looking forward to the most with this film? Did you see all the films when they first came out? Do you have the collection on Blu-ray? And where do you think, you know, storyline-wise, they're going to take us? If it's a multiverse story? And do you think if they do bring the prince back, voiced by Justin Timberlake, that there could be something with him and Felicia? Let me know. I'd love to hear your take on it. And again, that's all I can really say, guys. So I'm looking forward to it in Christmas 2026. And until then, let me know if you're looking forward to it. And I am out.